Tony, any thoughts about this? You're watching this running attack. You're thinking about CJ maybe a little bit.
You know, it's a tough week. For those who know me, they know how I feel about my guys, and they're like my sons. And when I got up and addressed the team, I told them that, that's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do was to kiss one of my sons goodbye. And just my heart goes out to his family. We're going to celebrate his life tomorrow. And what you saw tonight was a group of guys that were inspired. They came out, and I told them, I said, look, we don't need to do anything special. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. And in every single play, appreciate, that you got life and you got an opportunity to do it. So really, really proud of our guys, and the rest of the offense rallied around them. They knew how they were hurting, and everybody came together, and we couldn't have had a better night running the football.
Did you in any way dedicate this to CJ, either in your mind or tell the players, let's do this for CJ?
No, what I told the players is do it for yourself. Let CJ's life. We're not gonna celebrate his death. We're gonna celebrate his life. And what he taught us is that you can't take any day for granted. So my message to the players was, you're not playing for anybody else. You're playing for yourself because you had an opportunity to wake up this morning and go do it. And CJ wouldn't want you to do anything other than go out and be your best. And so that was the message. But as a group, as the running backs, we knew what we were playing for today.
Are you able to get your mind around all of the rushing records set today?
Not really. Not really. And I'm not a big stat guy. And proud of the numbers, and really I'm proud because I see the smiles on the face of our young men, and they take pride in it. And every game they want to come out and they want to run the football, because we know if we can run the football, it sets up the play action pass, and that's what's made us so explosive this year is we can run the football. They're playing us with 2 safety looks, and then they're giving us opportunities when they do stick their hat in there. We can find explosive down the field. We still got a lot of room to improve. Obviously great numbers rushing the football, but if you go and you look at our third down percentage, nowhere near where it needed to be. We come out the gate and we fumble the ball, put our defense in a bind. So there's still a lot of things that we can coach. I was just happy that the guys got a glimpse to see what they're capable of, and now this is going to give us great momentum going into the open day to get back to the basics, focus on ourselves, and get ready to make a run.
Coach, the last touchdown run from MJ Dixon, a lot of downfield blocking. You see receivers crossing the field.
Hunter Renfro.
Downfield. I guess what's that saying about the team's effort with the game already in the bag, that guys are still going down the field and making plays?
They're taking pride in their performance. We strive for perfection, but we know it can't be achieved. But one thing you can control is a perfect effort, and that's what we challenge our guys. And you've seen it since day one. Effort's never been a problem with this offense. We're not quite clicking on all cylinders. We're very explosive, which we weren't last year. We were more efficient and less explosive, whereas now I think we had 6 touchdown plays, 50 yards or more. And we probably hit our explosive count, have surpassed what we did last year. So now we just gotta focus on the details and understand that every single play. And as we go forward in the season, the margin for error is going to get smaller and smaller, and we can't come out and squander 3 drives before we hit our stride.
You're flirting with 300 yards on the ground a game over your past 4 games. I mean, is it too much of a stretch to say that Clemson is a run-first team now?
We want to be balanced, and again, it really depends on what the defense gives us. And what we've seen is people have respected the playmakers we got on the outside, and Justin Ross and T. Higgins and Renfro and Amari. And so what they're saying is we're going to try and stop the run with a 6-man box. And if you give us a 6-man box, we got to be able to run the football. And so they're going to continue to give us a 6-man box. And when they try to get a 7th one in there, the backs are doing a great job of running through arm tackles, breaking tackles, and then having good vision to be able to see where the extra defender is and make the cut, so that now the extra defender is not a factor.
Tony.
Well, the biggest thing is, Travis drops the ball on the second play of the game. We have a little screen pass on the second play of the game, and I got to figure out something. Maybe I got to take the visor off of him. Got to do extra drills in practice, because right now that's the one area that he needs to improve is catching the ball. But we get behind the chains. We get behind the chains, and now you're in a 3rd and long, and so now that allowed them to be aggressive, and they actually came out in a different look on 3rd down than we were preparing for. So now we got to make adjustments, and we come right back out the second series, and on the second play, we just have a fluke situation where we turn the ball over. And so I don't know if it's as much Wake Forest as it's just us. For some reason, it takes us to that 3rd drive, to get going, and then we kind of come to life. And what we got to get our guys to understand is, as we get deeper into our schedule and where we're trying to go, we can't afford, to squander 2 drives. We need to get off to a fast start, and again, that ignites the defense. And defense is playing at a high level, man. You got to hats off to those guys, man. This was a team that I think both of us were the only teams in the country with 1,200 rushing and 1,200 passing. man, and they came in and they gave us a lot of opportunities. You know, if this is a different situation, we squandered 3 drives, we may not have a chance to have those extra opportunities to get going. So really hats off to the defense. But this is good because now we can go into the open date with confidence in how we perform, but then there's still a lot of small things that we can clean up.
Tony, those 3 guys got 100 yards each. What happened to him? He said he hurt himself in the first half.
Yeah, it looked like, you know, he had a really good run. And the next thing I know, he was coming out holding his shoulder. And then he tried to go back in the second half. And obviously the game was in a situation where I didn't want him to push himself and injure himself more. But I think he just maybe had a stinger or something up in his shoulder after that good run and wasn't able to come back.
Specifically, is that about as good of a run game as you've ever called? Is that